Right, back again to our last remaining three tables. In the PLO, we've got 6,000. The average is sitting around 8,000. In the Party Poker High-Low, we're quite short now. If we just have a quick look at the lobby. Before we do so, I've just seen that we have Ace, Ace, 2, Jack under the gun in the iPoker High-Low, so we'll obviously raise up from there. Hopefully we can get somebody who wants to get busy with us, but we'll take the blinds. Right, in the Party Poker High-Low, we'll Ace 4, 7, 8, double suited. We're quite low in this tournament, so we're going to take a shove at this, try and isolate it to one player, and take it from there. So in the ace-ace hand, we've got the nut low draw. With the 6-8, we've got 3 spades. We do have the ace of spades in our hand, so we can lead out quite strong here. Oh, love it. We're running good tonight. Right, we'll have a look at the Party Poker hand in a second. And of course the iPoker hand. Let's have a look back at the iPoker hand. It was a bit of a gamble against the short stack. We were looking good until the river, I think. Although we were way behind on the flop. So let's have a look. I'm certainly playing the hand with a fair bit of tilt. I think I had ace 4, 7, 8 double suited. When there was a limper in the pot, I presumed he wouldn't be calling a big bet, so I thought I would shove it up, hope to either win the blinds or isolate. We flopped the nut flush. We were good on the turn, and of course our opponent's got there with his ace 8, 9, 10 on the river. Don't know what the percentages were, but on the flop he was, not quite 1,000,000 to 1, but he was certainly a long shot, and of course he's got there with winning tens to make his full house. Right, so in the Party Poker High-Low, I'm in the big blind. The blinds are 250-500, and I have all but 1,238 chips behind. I was very much intending to get them all in, but as I now have the opportunity to see a flop, I may as well take that, and hopefully we can hit it in some way, shape or form. Well, may as well be now as ever. Ha ha ha, of course, yeah. We made it our straight, but we were dead and buried before we put the chips in. And that kind of sums the night up, really. Don't get me wrong, there was no need to go bust there, but again, blinds starting to get to that stage where they're worth stealing. Opponent's bet pot, which is 2/3 of his stack. So if it goes fold fold, I won't be hesitating to call this off now. Well, I say by calling it off, I mean putting them all in and going to the flop. And of course, despite flopping the nut flush draw, we end up with nothing again. I'll have a look at that hand in a second. Oh, we've committed too many here already. We shouldn't really have been c-betting, but he may have a flush draw. He has, and he gets there. Of course. Why wouldn't he get there? We'll just call there. Seems we're under the in the small blind, out of position. Let's see if we can hit it hard. Well, we have hit it hard. We'll now check that and see if we can get any action from the other two players, although I do expect it to go check check. Hopefully the turn card will come a low card to give people the draw. Well, okay, he's bet 10.50 into it, so I'm just going to have to flat call this. 10's not a great card, it hasn't filled me up. Unless he had kings. Right, here we go, here's the perfect opportunity now. I think this is exactly where we want to get the chips in. It's fine, he's got pocket kings. Flaming hell, we actually doubled.
Good luck.
Right, under the gun with ace 237, suited ace. We'll just min click this into the big blind. Try and build up a small pot and hopefully hit the flop again.
Dealing flop.
That's a pretty good flop. We've hit the nut flush draw and the nut low draw. We haven't actually got anything yet, so we will c-bet, but we'll make it small. If it does entice somebody into raising, I will of course be shoving all in here with the double draw.
Turn.
The turn card is a dreadful card. I'm out of position, so I've got to continue the betting here. I was half expecting him to do that. Right. What we're going to 5,000 in the pot already. Oh, I'm ready to go bed. Let's go for it.
Dealing straight. Queen.
We got half back.
Good luck. Dealing flop.
Top set could be straight out there. We've got one of our own blockers for the full house, and we've got no low draw beyond what's on there. So yeah, if he's got ace 2, I'm drawing to the split, and if he can still have some free rolls for the scoop. So top set, but I'm just going to get out of the way there. Ace is single suit, terrible low draw. Not great, but let's see if we can just take him off his position raise. Of course, if he does call it, we're going to have to shove now. Right, in the big blind, ace 3, 5, 6 double suited. Got a limper on the button. Put a min click here to try and build a bit of a pot. There's plenty of angles we can hit this flop quite hard from. So.
Dealing flop.
That of course isn't particularly one of them. We've got an up and down straight draw. We've got second pair and second nut low draw. Obviously there's already a made flush out there. I decided to lead out because I wanted to take out, or at least assure myself whether any of my opponents have diamonds or not. That's obviously given me my answer now. It's quite clear that he's check raised with a flush here to try and get me draw into a low. He could have the ace 2 of diamonds, in which case I'm drawing dead. I've put 1200 in pre, I think. So reluctant fold again. Argument for saying I could have gone all in there. He may not have even had diamonds, but there's every chance he did as well.
Good luck.
Okay, another good hand we'll lead out with ace queen jack 2, suited jack, and obviously not low draws and some nice high cards for the high hand.
Dealing flop.
3-4-3 wasn't the flop I was looking for. I do of course have a nut low draw. Any chance to take a free check here, knowing that my opponents may be trap checking with a 3. See if I can get my nut low for nothing. Of course we miss. Story of most of the night. Now I expect somebody to bet this time. If they don't, I probably will be. 1600 to hit the nut low, 4800 pot. I might just have about priced me in to call this.
Dealing river.
What can you do?
Good luck.
Small blind, ace 2, 4, 5, suited ace. We're down to 8 bigs. Raise on the button, so even though we haven't got any high cards, it's time to dance. Expected to call rubbish and get a 3 high card flop. An exit, but not the case.
Starting a new hand. Good luck.
Ace 2, suited ace, 8 jack. Again, we've not really got a stack to do much with here, so we'll time this by 3. Hopefully, pick up the small blinds and the big blinds. We're still quite some way behind averages. I think there's something like 17 or 18 players left, so we need to try and get some chips behind us now and increase our chances of making the final table. Right, ace, ace, 6, 7 in the big blind. Again, we've got a few more chips than we had previously, but this will be a pot and then a repot.
Dealing flop.
Not a great flop. The ace 6 is okay. Let's see if we can isolate, get it to one player and chop it up for a bit of a profit here. What we don't want is 2 callers. That's perfect now.
Dealing turn. Dealing river.
Yes, excellent. Double time.
2 pair.
Marvellous.
Starting a new hand. Good luck.
Just as you're praying for the ground to open up and swallow you, just as you're praying for your opponent to take you out so you can close the computer down and go bed, you double.
Starting a new hand. Good luck.
Right, here we are back in the one and only remaining game. Under the gun with ace 3, queen 10, suited queen. That was meant to be a 3,000 bet, not 3,500 bet, but not to worry. I think we're down to 13 players. I'm somehow in 7th place, still quite way behind averages, which are 27,000, and we're set with 20,000 at the moment. 22,000 now.
Starting a new hand. Good luck. Starting a new hand. Good luck.
Right, big blind, ace 2, 3, 4. Very good hand for a low. We also have a suited ace, but we have 3 hearts rather than 2, so we have some of our own outs in terms of the flush draw. So if we can, we'll see a cheap flop here. Hopefully get something like a 4-5 or a 3-5 or a 5-6 type board, and enable us to get some more chips in the pot at a later stage. Again, as good as our hand is from a low draws perspective, any kind of high flop or paired board without a low card is rendering our hand next to useless. So we'll keep it cheap. We'll just check, and to a degree we're kind of disguised as well in terms of how strong our low hand is.
Dealing flop.
Now that's the reason, of course, that we don't get busy with these kind of low hands. We're now effectively drawing dead. You know, somebody only needs to have a pair of 5s and we're in the world of trouble. So we can now just check this down and fold to the first bet that comes along. Right, quick look at the lobby tells us there are 10 players remaining. We're sat 8th from 10. It's fairly tight in terms of chips. There's no major short stack. Everybody's sat with at least 11 or 12 big blinds. Yeah, we've been a bit card dead for the last 10 or 15 minutes, which is not a problem. It's easy to play when you have no cards. Fortunately for us, the small blind hasn't got a big stack, and he's only ever going to play some big hands. So, following hand, ace, ace, deuce, 8. This is where I really want the small blind to put in his shove, and we can come over the top, protect it, and or induce the third player into the pot. Disappointing if we only pick up the big blind, but I suppose it's better than being outflopped.
Starting a new hand. Good luck. Starting a new hand. Good luck.
Well, this is exactly the sort of hand we're looking for to get our chips in the middle. So you can pretty much guarantee now that he's going to fold, and we're going to gain nothing from such a great hand. Of course, if he does raise, then we'll probably get it in and lose anyway. But come on, call me the boss, double me up. Call. We're not having any callers at this time. You're out of position. You have to face him with a 10k bar. Oh, that's just atrocious. Really? Really? Ah, I forgot. I need to be 33% equity. I've got no low draw. I've got a pair of fives. If he's got any kind of high hand, we're in trouble here, and even my time bank's gone. So, having thought I was moving into time bank, I have no choice in the matter. This is sufficient. Got 3 low cards. We've got 1 suit, albeit very, very low. So let's get them in. See if we can get lucky. Of course, we run into aces. That's a good board for us so far. Yep. 2, 4, 6 queen. It's a new nuts. Right, again we have a fairly tasty starting hand, so we'll just maximum pot this, pick up the blinds, and if we don't, we'll get the stack in and spin for chips. Yeah, well, clearly they all have to go in here with a nut flush draw. He's got a 7, which of course he has to have, and there's his full house. Yeah, magic, absolutely magic. What can you say? Don't think we played particularly well this evening. We certainly didn't run very well, and I'm almost glad it's over. Yeah,